The drivers have assembled to show you the most exciting thing in all of motorsports. In 1970, the All-Star Circuit of Champions were born. It is the longest touring wing sprint car series and the only Circuit of Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Napa Auto Parts All-Star Circuit of Champions presented by Valvoline. Lights will go out, 35 laps the distance here for night number one of the Attica Ambush. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for coming out tonight, but who's it gonna be? Could it be the 33W of Cap Henry or Bryce Lucius? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down because it's time to throw down here at Attica Speedway. This is your A-Main showdown. Green flag is out. Great start by Bryce Lucius as they go into turn 1 and 2. Cap Henry has challengers already. It's Darren Nida, Cale Thomas, and a red flag will come out. Leighton Wagner, it looks like, on his lid. So complete restart here. Lights are out. Cap Henry, Bryce Lucius, your front row will try this one again. 35 laps, still the distance. Green flag back in the air. Not as good of a start for Bryce Lucius here. They'll drag race into turn 1 and 2. This time, Cap Henry gonna hold on to the race lead on Bryce Lucius. Now Darren Nida with a good start over Cale Thomas.
Look at Cap Henry up to the cushion. Here comes Lucius down to his inside. Cap Henry will lead lap number 1 over Bryce Lucius, Darren Nida, Cale Thomas, and DJ Foose.
Cap Henry leading the way as Darren Nida looking for his second career podium here. Running in the third spot, but keep an eye, Cale Thomas. Here comes Zane DeVault now.
Zane DeVault on the move in the lane, racing number 4, challenging DJ Foose for that 5th spot. Down to complete lap number 3. A lot of smoke out of the 33 of Cap Henry. Bryce Lucius in 2nd. Darren Nida in 3rd, 4th, Cale Thomas, DJ Foose in 5th, 6th, Zane DeVault 7th, Zeth Sable, but he's got a challenge now from Casey Jedrzak.
Casey Jedrzak on the move as Cap Henry still smoking here, and lap traffic on the horizon, about a half a straightaway from lap traffic for Cap Henry.
Unofficially, we have 4 laps in. Lap 5 going to go in the books as he crosses the start-finish line. Cap Henry looking for his 7th win of the season here at Attica Raceway Park, would be his 14th in 2025.
Lap traffic in front of your race leader, Cap Henry. Aiden Price in front here is actually a gaggle of cars in front of the 33W of Cap Henry. Bryce Lucius, this is oh too familiar for him. Lap traffic saved him during Ohio Speed Week.
Heavy lap traffic, and Bryce Lucius quickly closes. You've got 5 lap cars right ahead of Cap Henry. Finally gets around Chris Miller to put him a lap down. 1 lap car separating 1st and 2nd. In the 3 and 4, they fly.
Cale Thomas now to the inside on Darren Nida. Nida going to hold off Cale Thomas's challenge for that 3rd spot. Cap Henry leading the charge here as Bryce Lucius finally gets by Miller. But while he did that, Cap Henry gets by Bobby Elliott. Now here comes Nida, here comes Cale Thomas. They're closing in on your 2nd place car.
Cap Henry, oh, hang on, Aiden. That was close call in turn 2, the 2 MD. Kept it rolling though. We got 9 laps in, down to complete lap number 10. Now 2 lap cars separate the top 2. Cap Henry on the extreme high side of the racetrack. Bryce Lucius right in the middle. Cale Thomas now the 3rd, yellow. Car down here in turn 4.
The 101 of Caleb Henry, your current points leader, Caleb Henry. Go 10 laps in the book. Green flag back in the air. Cap Henry going to lead him into turn 1 and 2. Lucius going to challenge to the inside. Here comes Cale Thomas now. He'll join the fray in this top 3 battle. Cap Henry clean air. Here comes Cale Thomas. Slide job for 2nd. Cale Thomas now. Lucius back to the inside. And DJ Foose, what a move. He goes 2 for 1 and 3 and 4.
Wow, DJ Foose, Darren Nida, Casey Jedrzak. 3 wide for that 4th spot out of turn 2.
Nida now they're going to go 3 wide yet again. As Miller off the edge, he gets back on the racetrack, so we stay green. But this battle for the 4th spot still heats on.
Wow, DJ Foose, Casey Jendrzak, Darren Nida waging a war for that 4th spot as Cap Henry pulls away once again from Bryce Lucius, Cale Thomas.
Nida now trying to gain more ground on the 16 of Foose and the 11N of Jendrzak. But Cap Henry now, lap traffic on the horizon again for your race leader, Bryce Lucius, Cale Thomas. This time, though, they're not as far as they were the last time we entered lap traffic.
No, and he's got pretty clear. They're racing single file until about 3 more laps. Then he'll be back in the really heavy lap traffic as lap 15 goes in the books.
Lucius starting to close in, maybe reel in Cap Henry a little bit here. Cale Thomas not far behind. Cody Bova on the horizon for Cap Henry, and they're going almost 3 wide there in front of your race leader.
Cap Henry, big lead down the backstretch. But again, going to be in the heavy lap traffic here as lap 17 goes in the books. Just a little under halfway home in this one.
Bryce Lucius starting to close in on your race leader. Cap Henry going to try and split him 3 wide. Not going to get by, but he'll get by Cody Bova now down the front stretch into turn 1 and 2. Cap Henry to the top side. Bryce Lucius going to follow suit. Cale Thomas, though, he's going to go through the middle.
What a move there out of turn number 2 for Cap Henry. Got around 2 lap cars. Going to increase his lead once again over Bryce. Oh, Bryce Lucius gets together with a lap car. Spins down here, turn 1. Cale Thomas also involved in that one. He keeps rolling on the horse track as Cody Bova with damage to the right rear. Oh my, Brandon Moore. A lap car was racing with Cody Bova. Bryce Lucius knew he had to go if he's going to stay with Cap Henry, and he gets together with the lap car. And he powers off that high side and maintains that lead. Let's see if he changes it up a little bit here on this restart.
Green flag back in the air. Cap Henry going to lead us back into turn 1 and 2. Cale Thomas now goes to the inside, tries to get by Cap Henry as Jendrzak goes to the inside, side by side for your 3rd spot. Casey Jendrzak now a little contact between him and DJ Foose. Jendrzak now up to the 3rd spot. Darren Nida right behind this battle for 3rd as Foose goes back to the inside.
Upside down here off of turn 4, heavy flip. Wouldn't surprise me, depending on what's going on, to see Danny Dietrich maybe stop it. He loves Fremont. He loves racing Ohio. 2025 Ohio Sprint Speed Week champion. Here we go. Single file, green flag out. 15 to go. Cap Henry drops it down the banking to the high side of 1 and 2. There goes Cale Thomas, can't make the pass. Here comes DJ Foose, head of steam on the high side of Casey Jendrzak, retakes the 3rd spot.
Henry holds on to the race lead as DJ Foose holds on to 3rd. Cale Thomas trying to make another move to the inside there on Cap Henry. So this might be the most challenges Cap Henry has faced, and it's came on this restart. As now you see Darren Nida gets by Casey Jendrzak for the 4th spot.
Good race for the 4th spot. Darren Nida, Casey Jendrzak, and now Seth Sabo going to join in on that battle out of turn number 2. Top 3 have gotten away, though. Lap 23 goes in the books for Cap Henry as he starts to pull away from Cale Thomas and DJ Foose.
Cale Thomas, as you notice, these green flag runs, the gap has been shorter and shorter between how much Cap Henry is pulling away. Cale Thomas not going away lightly here, as now there you see Zane Default with a slider on the 09 of Greg Pitts.
All it takes is one bobble, and that cushion is very, very high in turns 1 and 2. You drop that right rear over that big cushion, and it could be problems. Cap Henry is slick up there. You can see the black line. He puts the left rear in it in turns 1 and 2. 25 laps in, that time by, 10 to go. Cap Henry setting a blistering pace now. His lead this time, 1.7 seconds.
Lap traffic on the horizon, though, for Cap Henry. And again, lap traffic's battling right in front of your race leaders when it comes down to it. And Cale Thomas right now, Darren Nida, Seth Sabo gets by the 11N of Casey Jendrzak.
Seth Sabo into the top 5. The lead has increased to 2 seconds. But now, as Alex pointed out, heavy lap traffic. 3 cars battling for position at the end of the field. Here comes Cap Henry. He has to go down to the bottom. That's going to scrub some speed off the 33W as they come through turns 3 and 4 down the complete lap 29. Cap Henry bites the cushion in 3 and 4. The lead this time by 1.4 seconds. Oh, what a move on the outside of Devin Borden with problems in turn 2.
So caution flag will wave.
Cap Henry going to drop on down off the cushion in turns 3 and 4. Bottom of the racetrack for the restart, like always. Goes up to the top side, pulls away from Cale Thomas. What a great restart that time for Cap Henry. 5 flanges go in the air, 5 laps to go.
Cap Henry 5 laps away from his first time.
What a race for third. DJ Foose, Casey Jedrzak, Darren Knight, and Zeth Sabo. Jedrzak back up to third.
Casey Jedrzak just picked off DJ Foose, Darren Knight, real quick for that third spot, looking for his career best all-star finish as we are closing down here. Cap Henry out in front by over a second and a half, again over Cale Thomas.
He's got clean air. He will not catch the back of the pack here in the last 3 laps. All he has to do is keep it on the racetrack. Cap Henry trying to break that 3-year drought with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. 2 to go.
2 laps to go for Cap Henry. Cale Thomas, that time by still a second and a half behind the 33W of Cap Henry. Battle still throughout the rest of your top 10. Casey Jedrzak looking for his career best right now. White flag in the air. One more time around for the 33W of Cap Henry. Caution flag's gonna wave. Caleb Henry gonna try and save it as he went over the corner there, but he will keep it going.
Oh my, DJ Foose. See if he can repeat that great restart on the last time. Cap Henry had a wonderful restart. Now he's hearing every little sound in that 33W.
That's a good restart there by Cale Thomas. He's going to try and make a move there on Cap Henry. Cap Henry holds onto the race lead. Down the back chute into turn 3 and 4. This time the white flag will be out. One more time around for Cap Henry. Cale Thomas now going to lose some ground there out of 4. Cap to the top, Cale to the bottom. Down the back chute into turn 3 and 4. And for the first time since 2022, Cap Henry wins an all-star feature here at Attica. Cale Thomas, Casey Jedrzak, Brian Sabino in 4th.
Greg Mintz from 20th into the top 5.
Hey, good.
And he'll go up top, Cap Henry. You know, and I ask you every time I see you, it's coming. When am I going to get to talk to you in victory lane? And of course, the place that you've ran pretty much all season, it happened for the first time since 2022.
Yeah, we got lucky there. It was running out of fuel the last lap. These guys got to figure out the fuel lap count. Like, it's just not right. But yeah, you know what? These guys did a great job. That thing was fast all night. Luckily got ourselves in position there to, start on the front row and just race our way through. Felt like we were pretty good through traffic, but, Zach, Jeff, Gary, Chris, Tony, this thing's been so fast. So to win this many races here has been pretty cool. To win another All-Star race, didn't think we were going to do that anytime soon, so it's pretty awesome.
And now you have tomorrow night to worry about. Can you go back-to-back with the All-Stars?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's a good group of guys. So we'll just keep racing, see what happens. If we play our cards right, we'll see if we're okay.
And we know you got a lot of great people in this car, too.
Yeah, Premier Planning Services, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Primal T-Shop, FK Rod Ends, SCS Gearbox, Simpson, Berryman Racing Shocks, Innovative Excavating, Blue Stripe Equipment Rental, Aaron, Dana, Heather, all the girls that help us do this. It's a fun deal. Jeff's given us all the tools to have a really good car, and just proud of all the partners that are involved, and it's been a good deal.
Well, that is your winner, Cap Henry. Get a word with your second place. And Cale, you threw everything at him. You threw everything at him on those restarts there. That last restart especially, you tried there in 1 and 2, just a little too late.
Yeah, I had my troubles at the beginning of the night. We pulled through. I put myself in position, and I got into that wreck with Bryce Lucius and Cody Bova had nowhere to go. I messed some stuff up. Stuff's vibrating, and you're trying to beat the guy that's the best here, and it's just really tough. But and then that last restart, I'm running out of fuel, so I can't even try to put a move on him. So we've been having these problems at these races with cautions and reds, and we had a perfect prime time. Everyone was stopped at the end. I think we could have got one. I know it sucks, but when it's cold and the track's fast, like, we got to have an open red. But I appreciate everything that the All-Stars do for us and these big paying races. And I got to thank everyone on the 49X, Rudsick Excavating, Centerline Boring, Smith Titanium, England Machine and Tool, Factory Cane Shocks, Kistler. There's just a lot of people. SFE Services, Ohio Heating and Refrigeration. Dude, hopefully we can get a race car tomorrow that's like running and in one piece, and then maybe we can give Cap a good battle like last year.
Well, that is the 49X of Cale Thomas. We'll get a word with our third place finisher. And I asked you at the opening night, when am I going to get to talk to you? And finally, you put everything together here at a podium finish.
Yeah, I mean, we've been fast at Attica all year. Sort of stuck, missing the dash a little bit, but rebounded, starting 10th. Got up there about halfway through, I think up third or fourth, and then fell back a little bit there. And then on that last restart, or two restarts to go, I decided to pull the wing back a little bit and got by like 4 cars in 2 laps. So I'd say that was the difference there.
Yeah, and those cars did not make it easy on you there. Darren, Brian, DJ, they all made you work for this podium.
Yeah, throwing sliders back and forth, kept getting crossed back over, so it definitely wasn't easy getting by those guys, but some of the yellows fell right to where I would get in front of them, and the yellow would fall before they could get back by me, so that definitely worked out.
And we know you got a lot of great people behind you here, too.
Yeah, I got to thank all my guys, Kent, John, Jason, Ed, he does a great job for us, Mr. Heater, Heatstar, Sips and Such Social House is here with us tonight, so thanks to them for coming. Team On 'em Up, Hypemeyer Concrete, Ronda Dredders, Zach at Howard Hanna, Perfection Fabricators, Sips and Such Social House, Chalk Stick, Elite Wing, Simpson, FK Rodden, just everybody that helps out on this deal. They do a great job.
Well, that is your third place finisher, Casey Jedrzejek. Again, Cap Henry for the first time since 2022, your winner with the All-Stars.